A Tsundere bitch review with your host, Allison the Tsundere bitch. Today's review, Artemis Fowl. Oh, fuck.
Oh my, Melinda, you really are a saucy little minx. Oh, fuck. Right, so Sam was supposed to be doing this movie, but considering she just lobbed this at me as she stomped at the door yelling, "Fuck this film," I'm guessing she's not going to. Right, so spoilers. There may or may not be some fairy tale creatures. By Jove, this is quite possibly the most marvelous movie of the decade. So the film begins with Sheldon Cooper getting in trouble for being a cunt to people at his school, and then finding out that his dad has been kidnapped. The kidnapper tells Sheldon that if he gets the all-powerful MacGuffin to her, she will give him back his dad. The movie then cuts to the totally not whitewashed Holly as she's making her way into work in Leprechaun. I went inside Leprechaun once. Wait, no, I just spent a lot of time in a small brothel. Here, Kenneth Branagh took an avant-garde approach to never establishing what time a scene is occurring, because the kidnapper releases someone to be a spy in Leprechaun, and immediately after, he is inside Leprechaun. Here, in order to prove herself to Leprechaun, Holly decides to go and capture a troll using the time freeze and letting the elves plagiarize Quicksilver. And immediately after, Holly decides, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to Ireland to prove that my dad was not a thieving cunt. And then she is immediately captured by Artemis and Butler. And then the movie establishes that Butler and his cousin, sister, whatever the fuck, are total fucking badasses by showing them fighting together and then fuck all else. Great! Then Madame Root establishes a siege around Fowl Manor in order to get Holly back. Artemis and Butler then fuck up some elves and fuck up the time freeze that Leprechaun set up around Fowl Manor so that they would have a ticking clock for their negotiations. Using Holly's weapon, which can now shapeshift because reasons. So because the negotiations don't go in her favor, Root calls in Olaf Diggums to tunnel into Fowl Manor, using his nightmarishly large mouth in order to rescue Holly. Meanwhile, Artemis and Holly make love interest eyes at each other and bond over mutual daddy issues. Then Olaf finds a safe and decides to open it because the wolves have a fetish for it, apparently. They then find out that, aha! The MacGuffin was inside Fowl Manor all along. But then evil McEvilface stages a coup against Root because he's working for the villain and sends the troll from earlier into Fowl Manor to kill them and take the MacGuffin for the villain. Then Olaf swallows the MacGuffin and they kill the troll, but with Butler almost dying in the process, and Holly reviving him with her elven magic. Then the time freeze begins to break the fuck down, and everyone begins to run the fuck away. Or fly the fuck away if they're an elf with wings. And Olaf tunnels the fuck away, and Artemis somehow gets the MacGuffin back without establishing anything somehow. And then Holly comes back and they use the MacGuffin to teleport Daddy Fowl out of the villain's base. And then Holly brought the MacGuffin back to Leprechaun, even though her dad stole it because it wasn't safe with Leprechaun. Okay. And then Artemis establishes that he convinced Olaf to get arrested by humans so that he could tell them the story of everything that's just happened, so that they wouldn't investigate the Fowl family. Okay? Pretty sure being involved with magical shit would result in the humans investigating them even harder, but fuck it. Artemis then sends a message to the main villain saying, "Yeah, we're fucking coming at you, motherfucker." And the film ends with Artemis referring to himself as a criminal mastermind, even though the only crime that was committed was some kidnapping. So this was the most magnificent movie of the decade. I especially liked the bowl that I smoked halfway through, and the lesbian crocodiles that replaced every character from that point on. So anyway, Sam didn't write an ending, and I couldn't be fucked to do it, so bye.